Hello, welcome to your own channel, Curious Corners in Biology, where we discuss the scientific inquiry into the subject of biology and develop the scientific affinity to answer certain unanswered questions or to answer questions which come into our mind while reading the literature of this subject. So, this channel is all about getting into whys, ifs, buts, and debating certain things in biology which requires reflective thoughts. Okay, so as usual we will be continuing with the topic of physiology of digestion, and today we are going to discuss two interesting questions. Number one, which diet in the world is most suitable for human health? Okay, and we are also going to discuss something about vitamin B12 deficiency. So the first question is, which diet is most suitable, most optimal diet for humans? So, research studies have found, and it has been agreed upon globally, that the Mediterranean diet is the most optimal diet for human health. Why is it so? It has many advantages which are crucial for maintaining a good human health. And what is included in Mediterranean diet? That means what are the characteristics of Mediterranean food and how it helps to combat certain chronic diseases in our body. That is what we are going to discuss first. So let me share my screen and you will be able to see my screen soon. So I hope my screen is visible to you. Okay. So here, the first question is, why is Mediterranean diet considered best for humans? So what do I mean by Mediterranean diet? Usually this is consumed by people of the 22 countries which are surrounding the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. And this diet is known to be rich in unprocessed foods. Now, there is difference between processed and unprocessed foods, because processed foods would be low on nutrients naturally, like vitamins, minerals, certain proteins, but unprocessed foods naturally are rich in nutrients. They are naturally fortified with nutrients. So, Mediterranean diet would have a staple food both for men and women, unprocessed fruits and vegetables, then nuts, cereals. They are also consuming certain dairy products. Okay. So, exactly what are the characteristics of a Mediterranean diet? Non-starchy fresh vegetables, the vegetables which are low on starch, okay? Minimally processed whole grain cereals, because of course, whole grains are rich in nutrients, vitamins and minerals. Fresh fruits, sweets, which are mainly consisting of honey, carbohydrates which are found in nuts, olive oil, legumes, nuts, cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. Now, of course, we know that cold pressing of oils is the mechanical pressing of oils, which is mechanical pressing of grains to extract oils, or mechanical pressing of seeds to extract oils. So, of course, cold pressed oils will not let go of nutrients within them. Then seeds, also moderate consumption of fish is seen. Dairy products like local cheese, yogurt are also consumed in low amounts. Red and processed meat is also consumed in low frequency. This is for maximizing the intake of proteins and supplementation of vitamins naturally through dairy products, fish, and meat. Wine is also consumed in low to moderate amounts because the temperature is low in such countries. And this is, of course, clubbed with meals. So, this is what makes up the Mediterranean diet. Now, what is the evidence that this is very much beneficial for human health, and how does it prevent certain chronic diseases? So let us put this into perspective. First of all, consuming a Mediterranean diet is known to cause a lipid lowering effect. It is known to cause a lipid lowering effect. So naturally, the amount of cholesterol, especially the bad cholesterol, would decrease, leading to solving of problems associated with obesity and cardiovascular diseases. Then it is also known to protect against oxidative stress. So what do you mean by oxidative stress? This is all about generation of free radicals of oxygen and nitrogen in the body. Now, when the amount of free radicals increases in our body, then body is naturally put at the risk of various cancers and various diseases which are connected to old age and diabetes as well. This also protects from inflammation and platelet aggregation. Platelet aggregation would cause blood clotting. Then Mediterranean diet is also known to show a modifying effect on hormones which are involved in pathogenesis of cancer or development of cancer. There are certain hormones like estrogen, progesterone, which, if are in imbalance, can cause endometrial cancer, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, and of course, thyroid hormones are associated with thyroid cancer. So, there are certain biological and chemical modifications of the hormones by which they are prevented to develop certain cancers. Then it has also been known to inhibit certain nutrient sensing pathways by restricting certain specific amino acids. Certain specific amino acids are known to cause proliferation of cells leading to development of tumor. So if this is prevented, then naturally oncogenesis can be prevented. Okay. Then Mediterranean diet is also known to influence gut microbiota, to produce certain metabolites, to produce certain chemical substances like short chain fatty acids, bile acid derivatives, and metabolites connected with the amino acid tryptophan. These are very useful for maintaining the gut health, the immune function. Proper immune function refers to the body's ability to recognize self and non-self molecules and proper metabolic activities. So, gut microbiota, we have already discussed, it has a very vital role in maintaining gut health. Gut health is connected with allergies. Gut health is connected with inflammation. Gut health is also connected with blood flow and the normal physiology of the body. Then this diet is also known to prevent atrial fibrillation. What do you mean by atrial fibrillation? The top chambers of the heart, atria, if they beat in a chaotic, irregular rhythm, then the blood flow from the heart to the brain and other peripheral organs can be impaired, and this can lead to stroke as well. And atrial fibrillation is, of course, a critical condition and it needs to be treated right away, depending on the severity and intensity. It is also known to prevent type 2 diabetes, breast cancers, and other cardiovascular diseases. Type 2 diabetes is the normal diabetes which is caused due to deficiency of insulin. Okay. So, this is why Mediterranean diet is so effective in helping the body to combat various neurodegenerative disorders, degenerative disorders, cancers, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. So it helps to maintain the health in the most optimal manner. The next question which we are going to discuss is how is vitamin B12 deficiency managed in vegans or people consuming vegetarian diet? Now, first off, I'm not trying to advocate or influence anyone's dietary habits. We are just discussing the scientific aspect of vegan diet connected with vitamin B12. So, vegans are two types: strict vegans, which will not include dairy products, and ovo-lacto vegetarians, which are those people including dairy products like milk products, milk, yogurt, curd, cheese, all such products. Now, vitamin B12 is a very important vitamin required by our body. It is water soluble vitamin. That means it can be excreted easily from our body when it is present in excess or when body does not require it. Vitamin B12 has a very important role in the development of nervous system, in maintaining healthy brain cells. It also has a role in synthesis of DNA. It also has a role in maturation of blood cells. And RBC health is also connected with vitamin B12. So this is a very vital vitamin required by the body. Now, vitamin B12 deficiency is very much occurring in strict vegans. Okay, people who are on plant-based diets strictly. So, what are the options available to them? Usually, the options which are available to circumvent vitamin B12 deficiencies are limited. Okay, fortification of foods, that means enhancing foods with different kinds of vitamins, is one answer, like consuming fortified plant-based milks like almond milk. Then you have hemp milk, we have coconut milk, then we have rice milk. So these are plant-based milks, and if they are fermented, if they are biofortified with vitamin B12, then yes, vitamin B12 problem or deficiency can be overcome to a certain extent. But when a person is deficient on vitamin B12, is very low on vitamin B12, then the only answer is supplementation or taking injections of vitamin B12. Now, in this case, it is also very important to understand that the absorption of vitamin B12 should not also be impaired, because body absorbs vitamin B12 from the intestine using an intrinsic factor, using a protein in general. So if that is impaired due to certain degenerative diseases or old age, then vitamin B12 supplementation is also not an answer. And it is very important to maintain vitamin B12 absorption in our body. That is the health of the body connected with vitamin B12. Okay. Now, obviously, vitamin B12 is available in cheese, milk to a higher extent. So, lacto-ovo vegetarian diet is more suitable for people having vitamin B12 deficiency. Consumption of whole cereals, okay, is also beneficial for people having this deficiency. But again, vitamin B12 is present in higher amounts in fish like salmon, tuna. It is also present in higher amounts in pork, beef, so in liver as well. So, of course, non-vegans will show a higher quantity of vitamin B12 naturally in their blood serum. This has been found clinically. But this is not to say that vegans are always low on vitamin B12, but then vitamin B12 needs to be monitored thoroughly, and this deficiency needs to be checked periodically to understand what is the impact on health connected with the levels of vitamin B12 present in one's body or connected with one's diet. Now, there are few facts. According to Ayurvedic studies, vitamin B12 deficiency is also connected with Vata Pitta imbalance. And if this imbalance is taken care of, then this will increase vitamin B12 absorption. This is not connected with increasing vitamin B12 levels directly in the body, but whatever vitamin B12 is available from a vegan diet or any kind of diet, that absorption is increased. Now, beet, spinach, mushrooms, potato, also fruits like apple and banana, strawberries, they are known to have vitamin B12, but the amount of vitamin B12 is very less or negligible. So these are not consistent sources of vitamin B12. The other problem associated with vitamin B12, as I already discussed, is aging. Now, when people age, the amount of stomach acid which is formed is very less. So, the ability of the body to subtrate vitamin B12 from the food protein, from the protein to which vitamin B12 is bound in food, gets reduced because the stomach acid is low in old age people. Okay. So, of course, vitamin B12 absorption is hit. There are certain fermented foods which are known to contain vitamin B12, although in less amount. Certain Korean foods like kimchi. Now, this is prepared by fermenting vegetables like radish, cabbage, and it is spiced up by adding certain spices like chili, ginger. Fermented dairy foods like yogurt, curd, certain soy products like soy milk, idli, dosa, homemade pickle, and sauerkraut. This is also known to contain vitamin B12, but this vitamin B12 again in terms of its quantitative presence is very less and negligible, so it is not a consistent source of vitamin B12. But if these fermented foods are fortified by vitamin B12, then of course this is an answer to supplement body with vitamin B12 if it is deficient. And recent research on vitamin B12, especially on vegan diets, has shown that Amra Beej Majja Churn, that is mango seed kernel powder. Seed kernel is the edible portion of the seed that has shown to increase the absorption of vitamin B12 levels in the serum, in the blood of vegan people. So, people who are consuming this mango seed kernel powder will naturally show more absorption of vitamin B12, so more amount of vitamin B12 in blood. Okay. But of course, one who is compromised on vitamin B12, the only answer is supplementation and injection. Okay. And even after supplementation and injection, it has to be made sure that vitamin B12 is in a good position to be absorbed. So, gut health is very much important and it is associated with vitamin B12 absorption. So, that much for today. If you are interested in such content, please subscribe to my channel. And I have written a book, Curious Corners in Biology, which is available on Amazon Kindle, which is a dungeon, which is a repository of all such curious questions in biology. And it has all the questions extracted from every nook and corner of the subject, from every topic of the subject. Okay. Till then, we will be seeing you in our next discussion. where we will be discussing respiratory physiology. Here we complete physiology connected with digestion. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.